Good morning. Happy Labor Day. We're getting a little bit of a late start today. So, we as individuals have a lot of time to think. I know I do. And whether I'm spending time alone or in public, this thing's always moving. It's always thinking. It's always, that's why I personally meditate. I try to like flush some of that out. And that's not to say that I don't think when I meditate. I focusing my mind on something rather than my thoughts is kind of what that my understanding is. A lot of what that is to let those thoughts go. Anyway, a whole other subject. But parenting myself is kind of what I want to talk about for a minute. The time that I spend by myself, or the time that I spend thinking about myself in the past and still currently at times, can be very punitive and very mean. And so the whole cheesy idea of like little Jeff or your younger self, or the other part of you that accompanies you while you're doing whatever your life. If I spent such a long time, and even sometimes I still fall into that habit of like, I stub my toe, you're an idiot, or whatever I do. Whenever I was working out, I was like a drill sergeant. And that may have worked. It did work at that situation to get me through those hurdles. But I have an opportunity, or we have an opportunity, to parent ourselves. We have a responsibility, I think, more than that, than an opportunity. Because if I'm the voice that I hear most of the time, then I can give a loving voice, or I can give a hateful, really mean voice. And I resented I gave myself that really mean, resentful, angry, drill sergeant, punitive voice for much of my life. And yes, it got me to this place, but it got me to a place that it stopped working in such a fashion that I became so mad at myself, and so disappointed and so shameful that I needed to break away. I needed something different. And that seemed ridiculous and stupid and cheesy, and ooh, love yourself, like seemed so corny. But it's true. The corny is true, as I've come to realize as I've gotten older. The corny is true. One day at a time. Keep it simple. All these silly phrases. Love yourself. Looking in the mirror. I couldn't. Years ago, I could not do that. I couldn't look in the mirror and say I love you. I wanted to crush that person I saw in the mirror. And that's not the same way I feel today, because I'm proud to be who I am. I like who I am, and I want to become better. I am nowhere near perfect, and I keep striving to be a better friend, person, human being, man, brother, whatever, fill in the blank, son. Yeah. So I don't know. Parent yourself. Be the parent you want to have. Like how would you parent? How would you have parented yourself? Because that's what I have to do today, and I've had to do that this morning. I did not wake up in the greatest of places, and I woke up in a great place. I live here. I'm free. I get to do a lot of stuff, and I get to parent myself in a loving fashion, the way I want to be parented, the way I find necessary, the way I find like motivating. So if you want to be a dick to yourself and an asshole, man, go right ahead if that works for you. It doesn't work for me anymore. I get more out of the love than than shame and anger and hate. I got a lot of that. I got a lot of that growing up, and my parents did the best they can, but the best they could, So, yeah, peace.